Oops, hang on 1 second. All right, you know, you'd think after a year that I would have this down by now, but that's okay. Speaking of which, yes, it has been 1 year of doing YouTube. So for those of you that have subscribed already, thank you. Thank you for the support, much appreciated. And for those that will subscribe in the future, can't wait for you to join the channel. But we're starting where we started first. We're making ribs. I know, but Gabe, you already made ribs. Well, that's fine, but we're gonna do it a little bit differently. We're gonna make Korean barbecue ribs. But I got my smoker set, so let's do this. So before we get started, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And if you like this video, hit that notification button. That way you get notified of future videos. Also, don't forget to comment down below, share with your friends and family. Let's get back to the video. So the first thing we obviously need to start with is our ribs. So first, I'm actually gonna start with our seasoning. And it's the same seasoning. So if you don't know what that is, go ahead and check out this video, whichever direction it is, that direction. Go ahead and check it out. And but I'll go ahead and do a quick run through. It's just chili powder, paprika, onion powder, garlic, brown sugar, and then salt and pepper. And I got 2 racks of ribs, so I'm doubling it. Okay, got that a good mix. Okay, perfect. We're gonna set that guy off to the side. Now it's time to do our rib. So I got my glovies on. Now these are still a little frozen. I pulled them out of the freezer a couple of days ago, but they should still work just fine. And actually, it might be a little bit easier for us to take the silver skin off. So we're gonna find out. But I got my knife. Okay, yeah, you can see that there's still some ice crystals on here, but that's fine. Like I said, hopefully it'll be a little bit easier for us to work on. So I'm gonna find a good starting point, and I think down here where this loose bone is where I'm gonna start. Cut that guy off, and then I'm gonna turn it so I can work my knife under it, because I think this is where I'm gonna get my best grip. Now the reason why you wanna take the silver skin off is because they will equal a tender rib 95% of the time. I say 95 because then the rest depends on the cooking. But this is basically a big connective tissue that keeps the rib together, and it doesn't have a whole lot of fat because it is ribs, and it's also a very used muscle as well. And so it's kind of tough in a certain aspect. It's not, but it is, which is weird to grasp. But all I know is every time I take it off, it's a lovely rib. Every time. Comes off just like so. So there's one. This one was easy. This one had a little flap ready for me to go. Thank goodness. Sometimes the butcher, depending on where you get it from, like these I got from Kroger, they normally leave a little notch of extra so that you got something to grab onto, but not all the time. Not all the time, but sometimes. And let me tell you, it's nice when they do, because it makes life a lot easier. See, like so. All right, so I got these cleaned up a little bit. So I'm gonna change my gloves in a bigger bowl for my seasoning, because that one wasn't big enough. And in case class, we forgot, wet hand, dry hand, or dry hand, wet hand, dry hand. Whatever. One hand wet, one hand dry. I don't remember what I said, but there you go. Now you know. Keep one hand wet, one hand dry. Trusty mustard, just a little bit on the bottom, because we're not eating the bottom, but we want everybody to have the flavor. Okay, flip them over. And a little bit heavier on the top. Excellent. Now it's seasoning time. Okay, nice generous amount on top, and I can use whatever falls off and do the bottom. Okay, make sure you don't miss anybody. Okay, flip her over. Okay, flip them back over. See what came off. Maybe a little bit more down here. Okay, beautiful. Excellent. Perfect. All right, so I'm gonna clean up, and I'm gonna take these outside. All right, I'm gonna say this quick because it's cold outside and it's a little on the windy side, but I got my smoker at 225, put my ribs in, see you in a few hours. All right guys, so we got about, I don't know, maybe an hour and a half. We're about at 150 with our ribs. We need to be at about 180, 190, so maybe about 2 hours or so. But we're gonna go ahead and get our sauce together. So, pay attention, there's a lot going on, and I'll try to explain everything in detail. But as you can see, let's get started. So first I wanna make a cornstarch slurry. Now the reason why I'm not heating this up is because it's gonna get hot on the ribs, because we're gonna baste them and let them smoke with the sauce. So I'm gonna do about a tablespoon of cornstarch to a tablespoon of water, and that should be more than enough. Okay, whisk that up till it all dissolves. We're gonna add about 2 tablespoons of sesame oil, add about a tablespoon of mirin, and about a tablespoon of regular rice vinegar. Okay, then we're gonna add about a teaspoon of ginger. Okay, then we're gonna add about a 1/4 cup of soy sauce. Okay, then we're gonna add about teaspoon of garlic salt. Now the reason I'm using garlic salt is just strictly because I don't have a whole lot of garlic left over since I used most of it on our ribs. So garlic salt, teaspoon, so about half teaspoon of garlic, half teaspoon of salt. Okay, and then we're gonna do about a quarter cup of ketchup. Okay, and then we're gonna do about a quarter cup of sriracha, then about a quarter cup of brown sugar. So you're supposed to add hoisin sauce, and yes, you should add hoisin sauce, but if you don't, a substitute is some sweet barbecue sauce, preferably one that has honey in it, so Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce that has honey, or just some regular barbecue sauce. Add about a tablespoon of honey, and then add about a half teaspoon of soy sauce, just to mostly give it that thick consistency. So we're gonna do a little less than a quarter cup, and then just add another little splash of soy sauce. Actually, it needs just a little bit more rice vinegar, so we're gonna do some mirin instead. So mirin and rice vinegar are the same, but mirin is the sesame seeds are toasted, or the rice is toasted up and then turned into rice vinegar. I think there's a few other steps, but the idea. Excellent. So there's our barbecue sauce. I'm gonna go baste the ribs, and then hopefully here in about an hour and a half or so, or 2, we should have ribs. All right. So it's been about 6 hours since I put these in, and I basted them 2 times at least. Probably basted them a 3rd time, but that's okay. The only reason they took as long as they did was because they were still a little frozen. And so, you know, it took time, but normally these take about 6 hours if they're thawed out properly and whatnot. But they should take anywhere from 4 to 6 hours. So, but they are up to temp now. They are at 190, and I'm ready to eat some ribs. Let's go right here. If I can, I always hate trying to cut ribs because I can never find where the bone starts. There we go. Look at that. That is a rib right there. Oh yeah. All right. Oh my. Yeah, this has a nice smoke ring on it. I can already tell that it's tender and they're hot still. Oh yeah. All right. Cheers. Wow. That is really good. That is. Whoo. Oh my. That is really good. I could have done with a little less salt. They're a little on the salty side. I think that's also from the glaze too, but still pretty good. These are excellent, and they're tender. They're not like fall apart in your hands. Ribs, but they definitely come off clean, which is a big plus. But like they still hold together, which is nice. I think some of that's the sauce, kind of help keeping it together. Because something tells me without the sauce, it's not staying together. Yeah, that is about as clean as it gets right there, ladies and gentlemen. But there you have it, guys. Korean barbecue smoked pork ribs. So like I said, if you like this video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button, comment down below, tell me what you think. And as always, guys, peace out. Bye now.